Breaking news, a mother has taken the life of both of her children by burning them in a vehicle. This incident took place on Friday in San Antonio, Texas. Authorities say they received a 911 call from an individual who was walking their dog in the area that saw a car on fire inside of a warehouse parking lot. The individual walking their dog said they spoke to a woman who was also on the scene who claimed that she had initially called 911 as well. However, the dog walker still called 911. This incident took place around 5 or 6 a.m. Authorities say once firefighters arrived on the scene and were able to put out the flames inside of the vehicle, they located a deceased 5- and 7-year-old. Though they have not been formally identified, they have said it was a boy and a girl. Authorities also made contact with the woman on the scene who admitted to being the children's mother. Authorities say based on video surveillance, statements from the mother, and evidence collected from the scene, they say she is solely the one responsible for this crime. The children's father confirmed that the mother suffers from depression. Neighbors of the family also confirmed that the woman had an interaction with law enforcement on Mother's Day, though that full interaction and what transpired is unknown. Furthermore, the day before the crime was committed, neighbors called saying that the mother was, quote, displaying strange behavior. Furthermore, the day before the crime was committed, authorities were also called out to the home by neighbors saying that the mother was displaying, quote, strange behavior. It is also unknown what came from that. At this time, authorities say the only motive that they can produce is a mental health crisis. Though the family was from Edinburgh, the mother claims to have, quote, family ties in San Antonio, and that is why we believe that she was there. It is also unknown if the children were deceased prior to the car fire being started. At this time, the 34-year-old suspect is being held in the Bexar County Jail. To stay up to date on this case, make sure you click the playlist below. I'll keep you guys updated. What do you think? Drop in the comments.
This is what I think it'd be like to go to a bar in Brooklyn with a drunk Reba McEntire. I'm sitting there and Reba's 30 minutes late. Whole time she's texting me photos of people she sees on the street, asking questions like, is this a human rat king? I'm like, no, that's a polycule holding hands. Is Tim Burton remaking Gilbert Grape? I'm like, no, that's a Timothée Chalamet lookalike contest. Then she starts texting me numbers like 0.08, 1.1, 1.4. I'm like, is this your distance? Why are you getting further away? She's like, no, blood alcohol level. She walks in and she's like, sorry, I'm late. I found a guy selling some pre-ACA Four Locos. Then she looks over at a group of line cooks with mullets in disgust and goes, this whole town is like a reverse aphrodisiac. It used to be impossible to spit without hitting a Gambino in need of a goon ma. Now it's just trust fund babies with an irrational fear of deodorant. The bartender brings over a ramekin of goldfish, and I'm like, what about him? He looks like Jacob Elordi. Reba's crushing up the crackers and sucking them off the table like the Teletubby vacuum. She's like, you think I want to be fee-fi-fo-fumming on some 0 points on Weight Watchers beanstalk of a man? I'm like, Reeves, maybe it's a good night to pass the Bechdel test. She goes, save it for your Substack, Lena Dunham. Then a group of cowboys walk in, and Reba makes a beeline for them, not knowing Lana Del Rey went country and they're just gay stans. She comes back and she's like, they said they have a warehouse party. Let's be Peli Rojas, Peligrosas tonight. I'm like, I have work tomorrow, I can't. She jumps out of her seat, starts filibustering. She's like, come on, if I wanted to have a snoozer, I'd drink IPA out of a deli container at my Bushwick nephew San Marzano tomato-themed party while his roommates Sock and Bone trying to get me to sing We Are Charlie Kirk. I want to say no, but the last person who turned down a Reba filibuster got drafted into the Vietnam War in 2005. So I say, okay, order us a lift, and all I know is we woke up with matching lower back tattoos that say, I'm gonna kill you, Jenny Craig.